Hello everyone and thank you for joining us for Day 10 of the Men's Mental Health Month. Absolutely, Day 10 is a powerful reminder that healing doesn't just happen in the mind, it happens in the body, too. Here's your full article for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, Day 10 from Rapid Mental Healing for Veterans, RMHFV.
Okay, let's dive in. We're looking at a really insightful piece today. It's called Move to Heal, Reconnecting Body and Mind. It's from Rapid Mental Healing for Veterans, RMHFV, Day 10 of a men's mental health series they did.
Right. And it tackles something pretty fundamental, doesn't it?
It really does. This core idea that healing, well, it isn't just in your head, it's physical.
Yeah.
Deeply physical.
Absolutely. And I think what's powerful here is how it zooms in on that, especially for people, maybe veterans or men generally, who've kind of been taught to ignore the body.
Right. To live from the neck up, as the article puts it.
Yeah.
Just power through mentally.
Yeah, exactly. Just ignore those signals your body's sending.
But there's a cost to that, which this piece really highlights. It uses that phrase, the body keeps the score.
Such a powerful concept.
It is. And it explains that all the stuff we don't fully process, like intense stress, trauma, anger, even grief, it doesn't just poof, disappear.
No, it has to go somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It settles in the body.
And the source points out where. Like in your muscles, tightening things up, messing with your nervous system, even changing how you breathe.
Yeah, it describes it almost like this silent, heavy armor. You're carrying it around without even realizing sometimes.
Makes sense. And biologically, it explains why. That whole fight, flight, or freeze response.
The survival mode. Essential in the moment, obviously.
Totally. But the problem, as this source describes it, is that sometimes the off switch doesn't get flipped when the danger's actually gone.
So the nervous system just stays stuck
Right.
on high alert.
Pretty much. That survival energy, it gets kind of locked in. The article uses the term chronic dysregulation.
Okay, so it's like your internal alarm system is just constantly buzzing in the background.
Exactly. Even when things are calm on the outside.
And this leads to real physical symptoms. Things people might experience every day and just think, oh, I slept funny or I'm just stressed.
Right. Like those aches and pains that just won't quit. Neck, shoulders, back.
Yeah.
That chronic tension. Or feeling like you just can't get a deep breath, like you're always breathing shallowly up in your chest.
Oh, yes. And the sleep problems, finding it hard to stay asleep, nightmares, or just waking up feeling totally drained, even after hours in bed.
And it talks about emotional stuff showing up physically, too, like that really short fuse, anger that feels way bigger than the situation warrants.
Or that sudden wave of anxiety, seemingly out of nowhere, that anxiety from a clear blue sky.
Yeah, with no obvious trigger you can point to.
And maybe the toughest one it mentions is that feeling of numbness, just feeling disconnected.
Disconnected from your own feelings or other people or even just your own body, like you're watching life instead of living it.
It's a physical checking out, in a way.
Which brings us to why maybe talk therapy alone, while super valuable,
Incredibly valuable, yes.
might sometimes feel like it's not quite getting to the root of that stuff. It might not be fully engaging the body to release that stored energy.
Right, it's not necessarily letting the nervous system know, hey, you can stand down now. It's safe. And that's where movement comes in, this idea of movement as, well, mental medicine.
Yeah, the source really positions intentional movement as a way to work directly with the nervous system. Not just thinking about the problem, but physically addressing it, rewriting those patterns.
Okay, this is the part I found fascinating. How it works biologically. It's not just, exercise for fitness.
No, it's deeper. The material says movement actually changes your brain chemistry, releases dopamine, serotonin, endorphins.
Feel-good chemicals.
Exactly. Building up your mood resilience from the inside out.
And it helps calm that internal storm, right?
Yeah.
Things like mindful walking or just some simple stretching.
Yeah, those activities send safety signals to the autonomic nervous system. They help shift you from that fight or
A
flight
sympathetic state.
into the rest and digest, the parasympathetic state, which is where real healing and recovery happen.
I also like how it framed movement as an outlet for intense emotions. Grief, anger, trauma, it calls them, energies that need to move.
That makes so much sense. Energy needs expression, like lifting weights if you're feeling angry, or maybe a long walk to process sadness.
Or somatic exercises, it mentions, to literally let the body shake off trauma.
And maybe the most important piece is reclaiming that connection to your own body, especially if trauma made you feel unsafe or disconnected from it.
Right. Moving helps you feel your own strength again, rebuild trust in your physical self.
Building confidence from the ground up, literally.
The source, lists a few types of movement: stretching, mindful walking, rhythmic stuff like swimming or cycling, lifting, conscious breathing.
Somatic exercises too. It's not saying one thing is best, but that there are lots of ways in.
And it talks about the RMHFV approach, how they integrate this.
Yeah.
They use things like somatic breathwork.
Yeah, and emotional release techniques, using breath, sound, gentle movement to access and let go of that stuck energy, creating a safe space within the body.
They also mention coaching people to find movement routines that feel restorative, not punishing.
Right. Maybe it's just a 10-minute stretch routine. Or a silent walk focusing on your feet hitting the ground. Or lifting weights specifically to release tension.
Small, manageable things.
Totally. And their reboot recovery support teaches you skills for right now when you're feeling triggered. How to use your body as an ally.
Grounding movements, ways to make your body feel like a safe place again.
It's all part of their whole person approach, recognizing that mind and body are constantly talking to each other.
A thought creates a physical feeling. A sensation brings up a memory. You can't really separate them, can you?
Not for deep healing, no. You need both.
But here's the really encouraging bit, I think. The message is clearly, start where you are.
Yes, so important. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need fancy gear. You don't need to exhaust yourself.
It really lowers the barrier to entry. It gives these super simple examples like just take a 5-minute walk and the whole time just focus on feeling your feet on the ground. That's it.
Or even simpler. Before you even get out of bed, 3 deep breaths, hand on your heart, just notice.
Or a slow stretch in the morning. Notice where it's tight. Breathe into it gently.
It's about that reconnection, finding your way back home to yourself, as the article puts it.
One step, one breath at a time.
And, while this piece is framed around veterans' mental health, which is incredibly important,
Absolutely.
these ideas apply to anyone carrying stress, anyone feeling disconnected from their body, or maybe finding that just talking about things isn't shifting that deep-seated tension.
Right. Why should you, listening now, care about where you hold tension, or how just going for a walk might actually change your mood?
Because your body has this wisdom, this capacity for healing that maybe you haven't fully tapped into yet.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the big takeaway really is your body isn't just carrying you around. It's an active player in your healing.
It holds on to the tough stuff, absolutely. But it also holds the key to releasing it through movement, even really simple movement.
It doesn't have to be huge. Small beginnings matter.
Exactly. So the thought to leave you with is this. If your body has been keeping score, holding on to experiences maybe your mind couldn't fully deal with, what might it be trying to tell you?
And what could happen? What might be possible if you finally gave it the chance, the means to communicate that, to let that burden go?
What happens when you let the body speak? Something powerful to consider.
Thank you for joining us today. Like and share this video. Tomorrow is day 11. We will explore the heavy silence that men are so often forced to keep, and discuss how finding the courage to break that silence can, and does, save lives.